Hello, my lovely fiery Aries. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is your girl, Taurus Sun Tarot. So, a few quick messages. I am trying to hit 500 subscribers, so it would mean the world if you guys could just like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you have and you are returning to watch my videos, thank you so much. One last thing, I am available for personal private sessions. And if you are interested in that, the information is in the description box below on the video and on my channel. So just shoot me an email, get in touch with me, and we will set that up on FaceTime, Zoom, whatever works, yeah? Okay, so Aries. Yeah, so I already covered the first two things here. So moving on, so I heard rain on your parade, but then I also heard like, but you bring the sunshine, right? Like when I think of Aries, I think of like that very fiery, passionate energy. But I also think of like springtime, you know, I think of like the sun emerging. So I feel like Spirit's message there is, even if you feel like someone is trying to rain on your parade, you still bring the sunshine. So just keep shining. And then, yeah, those were just some quick little reminders for me. And then, so I went to a tarot class, you guys, and I got to sit with other readers and we got to read for each other. And I met some really beautiful people. And so for me, that just brought up this feeling of confidence and connecting with others. So I feel like if you are not channeling that energy currently, Aries, it could be Spirit's way of saying, you know, it's time to channel that energy. Okay, so go out, meet new people. I went completely alone and just with an open heart and open mind. And I'll tell you what, it made all the difference. So then I also heard Wu-Tang Clan, specifically the song Cream, which is a banger. And then I also heard the completely other end of the spectrum, Thunder Rolls, which is like a country song. It's like an old kind of country song. And then also all the way over in left field, away from both of those genres, I heard Firework by Katy Perry. And this came through so clear to the point it made me think of just putting it as the title. And it's, if it's not yours, don't touch it. And then I heard Spread Your Wings and Fly. And then I saw the movie Transformers in my mind's eye, not the new one, the original one with Shia LaBeouf, to be clear. And then I also heard Suits. So it made me think of the show Suits, but it also made me think of just like lawyers in general, like lawyer up. Make sure you are like on the defense with anything, if there's anything legally going on in your life right now, Aries. So you guys just please drop a comment and let me know if any of that resonated, or if you're like, Kat, can you just stop rambling and get to the tarot? Yeah, okay. So at this tarot class, I was able to get myself a new deck. I'm only going to pull one card from there. I'm not going to lie, a little bit of a letdown. It's not my favorite deck as of right now. The art is not what I was anticipating it to be. It is still a beautiful deck. I think I just have to get used to it. But yeah, so let me show you the box. I think I fell for this deck just based on this box alone. So it's called the Santa Muerte Tarot, Book of the Dead. And yeah, this box is beautiful, and no shade or disrespect to the artist, but yeah, the art on the cards is just nothing like what the box portrays, in my opinion. But yeah, anyways, so let's go ahead, Aries. Let's see. Let's start with an angel number for you. So let's see what messages want to come out from Spirit for my Aries at this time. What energy does my Aries need to be aware of? Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, persistence. Persistence is not a problem for you, Aries. So yeah, keep going. I'm trying to think here. keep going, staying strong. Yeah, so for me, like spread your wings and fly kind of relates to persistence. You know, if you've ever watched a baby bird try to fly for the first time, it's never gonna be smooth and pretty the first time around, right? So Spirit is saying, like, if you're starting something new, just keep in mind, especially if you don't have a lot of experience, it's gonna take practice, it's gonna take persistence. You're gonna have to keep your head down and just keep the grind on. For some of you, this feels like it could be a weight loss journey or something like similar to that. I'm getting very much like Rome wasn't built in a day vibes. Okay, so let's see what card Spirit wants to give us from this deck. So Spirit, Angels, and Ancestors, please help me tap into a general energy for my Aries at this time. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. However, Aries resonates. Cross-watchers are always welcome here. I endorse that shit. I absolutely do. This one kind of turned itself over. I'm not gonna, I'll keep shuffling, but I'm just curious. So it was the 5 of Cups. Yeah, so the artwork is still beautiful, you guys. Like I said, like no shade on the artwork, but I think it's just a little bit different than what I was expecting. So with the 5 of Cups in this interpretation, so when we think of 5 of Cups in the traditional Rider-Waite, we see the man in a cloak, a black cloak, and he has 3 cups in front of him spilled and 2 cups behind him full. And he's like kind of just standing over a river. Now in this deck, the skeleton's actually in the river, so that seems significant. And also the way the skull is like a puzzle in the inside, it feels like you could be in your feelings regarding a connection. It feels like mind games. You don't know how to, like, you're trying to map out your own emotions. Yeah, that feels significant. I'm gonna write that down. Sorry, Aries. Please hold. Map out your emotions. I like that. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah. So it just definitely feels like at this time someone has you confused, or like a situation just has you confused, but you're persisting. You're going forward. Not surprising, Aries. You know, you're staying on course. That's really what it feels like. Taking steps to stay in alignment with what you know is for your soul. Oh my goodness, I just got a big whiff of like a man's like musky kind of cologne. But it's very like a teak wood or like an oak. Like very like musky, masculine. I can't smell it anymore, but that was nice. So for some of you females, you could love the cologne that your man wears. Interesting. Okay. Spirit, Angels, and Ancestors, please let me see what I need to see for my Aries at this time. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Please help me see what I need to see for my Aries at this time. What messages need to come out for Aries as we are transitioning into new moon on the 17th in Cancer? Thank you. So off the bat, I'm just noticing a lot of cups in your reading, Aries. We'll take it. I'm going to put this back, but 3 of Swords is showing itself. Yeah, a lot of water energy is coming through to me intuitively. Wow, more cups. Yeah, doesn't shock me. So let's stop here. From one deck, you have the 5 of Cups, you have the 6, and then the 7. Wow. So Aries, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is crazy. It feels like you're in the process of checking things off your list. It also feels like everything is lined up the way it needs to be. So you may be at step 1, but Spirit says like you have 7 more steps. So don't judge yourself with where you're at now. And things like clarity is definitely coming in. I feel like in the moment, Aries, there's a lot of illusion. There's a lot of options. There's a lot of emotion. I think emotion is actually clouding your judgment at this time. And I think that Spirit's message of this persistence, like persist within logic, persist within reason, especially with the High Priestess here. You guys could be very in tune, just I think actually with the High Priestess, as much as this is saying you're in tune with your emotions, especially in this spread, the black and the white pillars that represent the pillars outside of a famous tomb, in which I'm forgetting the name of right now. But either way, you know, this speaks of divination, you know, kind of like the spiritual side of things, trying to peek beyond the veil, trying to connect with the spiritual world. But this also is really giving me a message of, with the black and the white pillar, balancing your energies. So there's a way to do that properly. You can look up different breathing techniques to help you balance your masculine and feminine energy. And this might be especially helpful if you find yourself on either end of the spectrum right now. So if you're in your super masculine energy, right, you're just your work, focused on the task at hand. What do you have to do after that? Very logical, very like authoritative. You know, just like what you think of when you kind of think of like masculinity and traits associated with that. And then on the opposite side, you know, when you're in your extremely divine feminine energy, it's very emotional, very sensitive, very in tune, very empathetic, very abundant, very giving. And these are all beautiful things. However, we all have both of those energies inside of us. So if you don't have a good balance, then that's how you can find yourself one day like binge watching and binge eating on Netflix, crying your heart out. And then the next day, like, okay, well now all I have to do is work to make up for what I didn't do yesterday or for how I handled yesterday. So finding that fine balance is a message I'm getting there. Also with the High Priestess, a fun little tidbit of information. This used to be associated way back in the 1700s in the original Italian version of the tarot before the French got a hold of it. This was typically associated with the magician, and it was referred to in that deck as the Pope and the Popess. So the magician being the Pope, the High Priestess being the Popess. And it was referred to more similarly as a couple, like the Emperor, the Empress, the Sun, the Moon. So it was more correlating cards. So especially with that message for you, yeah, it feels like there's this call to balance your masculine and feminine energy for sure. And kind of rein in your, no, I don't want to say that. Yeah, I'm going to leave that there. So, but with the Six of Cups, a message I'm getting as well is this could be someone from your past who's coming in and trying to confuse you with a new opportunity. And Spirit is saying, like, you have already learned your lesson from this person, okay, Aries? So there's no need to go back and relearn that lesson the hard way. That's not to say you can't obviously be open and, you know, friendly to people from your past. But it feels like if it's in regards to a romantic relationship at this time, it's not the wisest idea. I think Spirit is saying persist with yourself, with your own intuition, and really tap into your own intuition. Now, I'll never say as a tarot reader, you should or should not get back with someone. This is just the energy I'm picking up on. Of course, free will is yours. Take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. Yeah, okay. So Spirit, what other message? Okay. I'm just curious. So it was the Eight of Wands that wanted to fly out there. So let's see, what other messages, Spirit, for Aries or cross watchers that you have? What other energies do my Aries need to be aware of at this time? Thank you. So the Five of Pentacles just flipped itself out. Let's see what else. So for some of you, you could have left out could have felt left out in the cold. You have 2 5s here, 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. You could have been in lack spiritually, emotionally. But again, any illusion, as long as you stay persistent on this path, any illusion or misinformation that's coming your way right now with ill intent, it's going to be deflected because you are walking with Spirit, and Spirit is going to help lead you to a new opportunity, a new spiritual beginning, a new financial beginning. You take that how it resonates, okay? So what is the last message that you have, Spirit, for my Aries, please? Okay. Well, there you have it. I just heard steak. For some of you guys, you could be eating a steak right now, or you could have had steak for dinner. Jealous. Oh my God, I love steak and Caesar salad, and like some sort of potato is probably one of my all-time favorite meals. I mean, you just can't go wrong. So anyways, with the 2 of Cups here, especially more cups, more emotion, whatever this is, it feels very tied to your heart chakra. So that doesn't always have to mean a romantic relationship. It can be family, friends, anything like that. But it feels like you are focused on giving this cup back to yourself at this time. And again, Spirit is just saying, like, stay in tune with your higher self, with your divine feminine and your most spiritual energy, in order to avoid any karmic lessons that have already been learned in the past here, okay? In order to help you get out of your situation with feeling like you're stuck in this maze. Oh my God, I just stuck in the maze. You're stuck in a mind maze, Aries. There's our title. But yeah, we don't want that. So in order to get out, you know, stay in tune. And 2 of Cups, of course, can speak of a romantic relationship. One moment, Aries, I'm sorry. So, of course, it can speak of a romantic relationship. However, I think first and foremost, this is how you show up in giving a cup to yourself. If you're thirsty, do you give yourself a drink of water? If you're tired, do you take a nap, or do you force yourself to continue to work? Or do you shove your emotions down? You know, it's just really inviting you, I think, to first and foremost look back on these memories and see where the emotion is causing confusion, okay? And any sort of love that you are looking from in this outward fashion, make sure you are giving it to yourself first and foremost, Aries, because that's how you're going to manifest your true soulmate, yeah? And stay in tune with your spirituality, your higher self. Keep cleansing, do spiritual baths, cord cutting, protection spells, all that good witchy shit, okay? So I hope something here did resonate. Of course, if it did, please like and subscribe and stay tuned. I'll see you soon, Aries.